Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the United Show. This is episode number 13, the unlucky number today. So, oh, Jesus. Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. So, we are joined with Niall, Ciaran, Matthew, and we are joined by Benjamin. I'm only messing, it's Kenny. So, how y'all doing, lads?
Yeah, not bad.
All good, mate.
Not bad.
All right, we're gonna start off with the biggest news. Obviously, Harry Maguire is out of the Europa League final. Now, this is going to be tough for Ollie. Obviously, Slabhead he's probably played our most minutes in the season, and we're gonna start off with Matthew. Look, we chat a lot about Maguire this season, saying how bad he is in our club. But do you really think do you take back your words first and foremost?
I do take it back. Yeah, I might have said some harsh things in the past, but you don't know what you've got until you've lost it. You don't know what you got until you lost it.
Yeah,
that's to be fair. That's what you said when Kenny shoved his dick in your mouth. So
Is he not like 12? What?
My dick was 12.
No, that's not what I was. You're a weird guy. You're a weird guy.
What a start to the stream.
RJ, you're hosting, mate. So you go get back in your corner. Get back in your corner. RJ, why are you not back in the corner? There we go.
What the fuck's happening? This is a shambles.
All right, anyway, okay.
This is RJ. RJ always does something stupid.
This is like our defense.
Right, here, leave it. Right, okay. Anyway. Right, okay. So I refuse to be on. All right, okay. Anyway, right. So we'll go on to Ciaran. Right. So Maguire, big miss, but what's your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I have to agree with Matthew. I think it is a big miss, to be fair. And I think there is a little bit of a case of like you don't know what you have until it's gone. But I think the main thing is that I think that back line is so used to playing with him that when you take him out, obviously he's played 70 odd games in a row or something before he got injured. So they're so used to having him at the back, and regardless of what people talk about or say about his leadership qualities, he obviously has some, because without him the defence sometimes looks like headless chickens at the back there. So I mean, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a big miss, I reckon. I still think we can win. I'm not saying that him being out is going to completely screw us over, but it's going to be a big loss. And I think defensively, we're going to have to have a different strategy, because we're not going to be strong enough in the air really to just let teams cross balls into the box. So we're going to have to be different defensively. But in the end of the day, I think we'll still be able to win the final, but it will be a big miss.
100%. Before we go on to Kenny's response. So Devin saying we will be fine without Harry. Just barely get along the line. All right, fair enough. And Pence, thank you so much for joining my guide. Maguire is a top 3 centre back in the league.
No.
Okay, we'll debate that. I used to blame Maguire for everything, but you take Maguire out and the mistakes don't go. Comes the dominator Lindelof. And Lansley saying, "Where'd your beard go?" It had to social distance itself from himself. So yeah, it had to happen. So thankfully, Kenny got his lightning sorted. There's no ET in the background. So Kenny, what's your opinion on Maguire at the moment?
Why?
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 Oh.
Why is Kenny what is Kenny doing? RJ, where do you find these people? Where do you find these people?
Pretend the ball.
What? Being serious, Maguire, a top 3 centre back in the league. I used to blame Maguire for everything, but you take Maguire on, the mistakes don't go. Commented on it to Lindelof.
Did you know?
Wait, do you disagree? Is that what you're saying?
No, we just read out Pence's comments.
Maguire is the best centre back.
Oh yeah, 15 people. Make sure you do
Maguire is the best centre back of all time.
Oh, dear Christ. Okay, anything else, Kenny? Anything else, mate?
I agree with Pence. He's in the top 3 centre back in the league. Lindelof's fault for everything. Lindelof is crap.
Okay. All right. Okay. Niall, what's your opinion on Maguire? Not being.
You're fucked.
He
You
used to
are
say,
so
it wasn't
fucked.
me that said bad things. He said.
Hold up. Let me explain. Let me explain. Maguire still has the movement of a fridge.
Everyone
Right?
still needs a fridge.
That is a factual point of view. Maguire still has the movement of a fridge. But I didn't realise this fridge had quite the leadership abilities of that back four. Especially when you put Bailly next to Lindelof. Now, there's probably a reason why they haven't played together since 2019. My only suspicion is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer doesn't want that shit show at the back of his defence. You can sort of understand why. The positioning of you guys against Liverpool, and I want to talk a little bit about this.
Okay.
The positioning was fucking horrendous. You had Cavani playing right back. Cavani was. There were times on that game, Cavani is playing right back. He's your striker. So clearly, and Ollie has to take a bit of blame for that, because who can tell me if Marcus Rashford has ever had a good game on the right?
He had against Villa.
Fuck off.
It was Villa. First game that.
Name me consistent games against big teams, big,
But he
very good
hasn't
teams.
always played on the right side.
No. Answer the question. Stop being Boris Johnson. Answer the question. Right? Name me a time that Rashford has played on the right against a big team and done a good game.
Well, Villa are a big side, to be fair.
Tranmere Rovers.
Yeah, I said big teams. So the thing is, you've not played us ever before, apart from your Legends where we beat you.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Rashford, when he plays on the right, he's not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
Pogba didn't offer you an awful lot on the left on that game either. It's not really a surprise that when your best attacker, in terms of current form, Mason Greenwood, walked onto the pitch, you looked a little bit better in terms of your positioning. I mean, it does also help that you took Fred off as well, but let's put a lot of the praise on Greenwood, because we all know that Fred has got the ability of a garage. He is utterly shocking. But yeah, Harry Maguire, he offers you the positioning, the leadership, he directs traffic. Like, just imagine that Fred and McTominay are traffic, right? They are traffic, right? Harry Maguire is he is dealing with the traffic. He is directing traffic, right? He is literally stood on the M5 directing them two shit shows on God knows what they're doing. Like, that's part of the issue. Like, he is pivotal to United's defence. And I mean, you could tell me Eric Bailly's good, but now I have some real questions on if he's good next to Victor Lindelof, because I'm going to ask you a question. Who the fuck's leading your back line at the moment? Because it ain't Luke Shaw. It certainly ain't Wan-Bissaka. It definitely ain't De Gea. So one of your centre-backs is currently leading your back line. I'd love to know who it is, because at the moment I can't see anyone. Although Lindelof looked fairly composed when he was next to Tuanzebe. I'm just chucking that out there.
Anthony Martial.
So if Maguire isn't fit, I'm probably playing Tuanzebe and not Eric Bailly.
I think in the centre back partnership we should try Martial and Rashford.
Well, I think you're chatting shit. But no, in being serious. Being serious, I actually
in there as well.
Being serious, I actually think that Tuanzebe over Bailly works better than Bailly next to Lindelof, because Lindelof can stay on the right side, right? Because when you put Bailly in, you have to put one of them on the left, and neither of them can do it very well.
Yeah.
Whereas with Tuanzebe, you've got naturally someone who can play on the left. So I do really think if Maguire's out. And you say that to Tuanzebe, you just say to him, you are cover for the right side centre-back. Tuanzebe is my cover for my left-sided centre-back.
Yeah.
Therefore, Bailly can't get his knickers in a twist if you're picking Tuanzebe for a cup final ahead of him, because at the end of the day, he is the backup to your right centre back. Tuanzebe is your backup to your left centre back. So if Maguire can't play, for me, if you want to win the game and not want to be put on the sword by Villarreal, put Tuanzebe at left centre back with Lindelof. I mean, it's hardly going to be the greatest combination of all time, but at least Lindelof will be a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more composed on the right side with Tuanzebe on the left. Because I don't think let's be real, Ollie ain't doing no Tuanzebe Bailly partnership, because that would I think Ollie would have a heart attack.
We'd all have a heart attack. Let's be real. No, I want to bring up. Would you be okay, right, if Ollie went back to the 5-3-2 formation? So back when we played PSG, when we played PSG at the start, we played Rashford and Cavani up top. We had Telles, Shaw, Tuanzebe, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka as our back five, and we had McFred and I think it was Bruno in our three.
No, it wouldn't work.
Why wouldn't that work?
It takes. Trust me, I've been watching a team play 3-5-2 all season, and trust me, there's a lot of disadvantages to it. It takes too much out of your attack. I mean, so essentially, you're taking out one of your informed strikers. So for me, Rashford doesn't play your cup final.
No, 100%. 100%. No, that's what I'm saying.
No. Rashford doesn't start. He's not playing. If I'm Ollie, Rashford's on the bench. He's not being good.
I agree.
I would stick. You could do that and play with Greenwood, Cavani up top, which would be quite beautiful. Yeah. That would be quite beautiful to watch, actually, because that's like two number nines playing with each other. Could you just imagine? Because you saw Cavani, was it Roma, where someone pushes Greenwood, and then Cavani comes in like a fucking dumpster truck, and he's like, what did you just do? Yeah, I'm going to knock you out now, bitch. Like, Cavani's only been there a year, but he's already more protective of Greenwood than anyone else in that team. Like, it's actually nice to see someone protecting the youngsters, because fuck me, if Cavani wasn't there, who's coming up to Mason Greenwood's defence? Fucking Pogba?
No, well, one thing I will say,
one
thing I will definitely say, like, if we do play the 5-3-2, right, we could see Telles crossing the ball. Like, his crossing ability is world class, right? We can't deny that. But if he gets it straight onto Edison Cavani's head, that's going in. Straight.
Luke Shaw's been on some incredible form on the left side anyway. So for me, you're taking out a attacker to put a defender in, and I think that's just too defensive. I think Villarreal are not a good team.
I know.
They're not a good team. So you should be able to stick with the same formation you've been using all season, but just play Tuanzebe next to Lindelof. It will work fine. Just teach Wan-Bissaka not to mark a fucking centre back. That's all you need to do.
All right. Okay. So I think we've talked about. We're going to talk about our recent game that has happened. We're going to talk about Fulham. So we drew 1-1 against Fulham. Obviously, Edison Cavani getting that beautiful 40-yard goal. Obviously, brought the fans were back. What a great moment to bring back. Obviously, Joel Bryan come back second half and scored. But so we'll start with Ciaran again. Opinions on the game. What was your opinions on it?
I mean, the Cavani goal was basically the only highlight from a United point of view. I mean, I wish I'd stopped watching after that goal went in, because it didn't get any better from there. Really, just got worse. I think it was just in the second half we lacked any sort of urgency. And to be fair, I will give the players the fact that even though we didn't have second wrapped up, they're clearly just thinking about their Europa League final. They don't care about the Premier League anymore. I mean, I think if you look at our last few Premier League results, that Liverpool game, obviously the Leicester game as well, I don't think any of those players really care about the Premier League anymore. I think they're all focused on Gdansk, really, which, I mean, if we win the Europa League, I've got no problem with, to be fair. But I just think that, especially in that second half, when we went 1-0 up, I think there was a bit of an expectation that we were just going to kind of cruise to the finish. Fulham had already been relegated. But to be fair to them, they came back into it. I mean, the second half, they were definitely the better team. But yeah, the Cavani goal was probably the only highlight. It was a quality goal. And one thing I took away from that game was the fact that he's actually scored 10 Premier League goals, which I think I didn't expect him to get that many Premier League goals. I'd say when he got his first injury, I was kind of thinking, we're not going to see too much more of him. But actually, in the second half of the season, obviously mostly in the Europa League, but even in the Premier League, he's been absolutely dynamite. So to score 10 Premier League goals from where he was, I'm pretty impressed with that. So if he can do that next season, hopefully double it next season. If he's playing more games, then we'll be in with a shot at the title, I reckon. But that's all I can take away from the game, really.
He would also have a full pre-season, wouldn't he?
Exactly. That's true.
Cavani's not really had. He's had his own mini pre-season, but he's not really had a pre-season with the team, has he? So look, you going into next season with Cavani, clearly he's showing that age is literally just a number because he's smashing up. He's also really helping Greenwood, regardless of what people were chatting shit about, saying, "Oh no, he hasn't really. It's all natural." It really fucking ain't natural because, Mason has the natural finishing ability. Yeah. That the movement he is now doing as a number 9, that is Cavani. That is just a different edge that Greenwood has now got to his bow at such a young age as well. I think people forget he's still 19. Yeah. He's been on the Premier League stage now for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. He was getting spoken about towards the end of Mourinho's tenure, wasn't he? Because he was getting on the bench. Obviously, he was never going to start under Mourinho because Jesus. Mourinho plays someone under the age of 18 now. That would never happen. But now, Ciaran is definitely right. Your performance levels have been utterly woeful in your last 3 games. And if I'm a United fan, that would be a concern to me because your team can't switch on and off. Jesus Christ. So your team switch it on and off. No, that don't work. Your team need that level of consistency. You've seen it away, haven't you? You have this. I suppose that could be the one benefit you've got, the fact that it is away from home. I know it's at a neutral venue, but you'll be treating that like an away game anyway. Both teams will. So you're both treating it like an away game. And United's away form has been absolutely out of this world. So that should give you confidence. But no, I think you are right. You should be a little bit concerned because the levels that you've been put out. The Liverpool game would concern me the most, if I'm being honest. That'd be the one that just screams to me problem.
Sorry about that. We're going to move on to Matthew. Yeah. So, opinions on the Fulham game?
Well, unlike some teams, we already had top 4 wrapped up, so it doesn't matter. So we're fine.
All right. Yeah. Other than that, is there any other opinions you have on it?
What an intelligent response from a very intelligent.
The Cavani goal of the season for me, and luckily the game
United
ended after that.
Or overall, you saying of the whole season? Because I'm sorry, but the Ebola against Arsenal happens to be the goal of the season.
Said United.
Right.
But luckily the game ended after that. So.
Nice. And Kenny, if you're still there, man, opinions on the Fulham game? Hey, you're muted, my guy. You're muted.
Keep him muted.
Boring game. Nothing really happened in it except the Cavani goal. But Bruno's assist of the season, he didn't even touch it. He still got an assist. What an assist, man! Didn't even touch it, and he still got the assist. Start panicking FPL, lads.
Oh my god.
It's a boring game, really. But I do think that we will beat Wolves. If people are worried about the momentum of the European final, but I do think we will end up beating Wolves to get some momentum for it. So that's my view on it. I'm not really that bothered about it, to be honest, because we have already secured second.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. We're now actually we're gonna talk about the Wolves game. We're gonna talk this can be like the little preview. So, it's gonna be happening on the 23rd. So it's gonna be in 2 days. So I'll say it's on Sunday. And what?
Nothing, mate. Nothing.
Okay.
You said it was in 2 days, just in case people weren't aware.
I just realized, just simple as that. It's been a hard week now. All right, it's been a really hard week. Devin, thank you for your compliment.
Find me a fucking river.
Anyway, So you're going to talk about Wolves now. So we'll start off with a yes/no answer, right? Will Ollie start with a very strong team? Ciaran, do you think so?
I think he will. Yeah.
Okay. Matthew, yes or no?
No.
Strong team?
No.
Okay. And Kenny, strong team, yes or no?
Mostly apart from those 2 players that he said he was going to play.
Who are those 2 players?
It was Mejbri and someone else. I can't remember their name.
Hannibal, yeah. Hannibal and yeah. Yeah, I know the 2 players you're talking about, yeah, now, yeah. And Niall, strong team against Wolves, yes or no?
Not a fucking chance. He's doing full rotation apart from one SM Max. Literally, there is no way Ollie is risking anyone getting an injury. Rashford's gonna have no game time. I'll be shocked if Bruno starts. Cavani's definitely not starting. Rashford again won't play. One of Fred and McTominay will play, not both. One of you. I expect Bailly will probably play.
Yeah.
Tellez will play. Brandon Williams will play.
Yeah.
I think he'll play Henderson in goal because I think he'll play De Gea in the final.
He will.
Play probably.
That's why I said one of. That's why I said one of Fred and McTominay will play. Yeah. I fully. Beam will probably play number 9. Matt will play on the right. Hannibal.
I can't wait for people to see how good he is.
Probably like Shotiri or Ilang or whoever else.
I'd say Elanga will probably take the left wing on that match.
Someone, he's going to fully rotate. I reckon Mike Phelan will probably be manager. Ollie will take the day off. He'll just fully rotate everything.
Carrick will go in.
Yeah, Carrick as assistant manager, like full shebang in it.
Yeah, no.
Box comment is brilliant. That is fucking
right. Okay.
He's taken full rotation to a complete different level.
Actually, that's a good shout. Ethan Garway, yeah. James, Ahmed and Langa. Subs on McNeil, Shatar, Hugo.
To be fair, hold up. Nottingham Forest aren't in the playoffs. Oh nah, fuck it, you can't play him anyway.
Yeah,
no, I think his contract runs out I was
gonna say James Garner, but he's played for 2 teams already, so he wouldn't be able to play for United this season anyway.
Yeah.
Matt's in the back, by the way. There we go.
Works for
It is work experience, that is for sure.
Anyway, so we talked about that. We're going to talk about the Europa League final. Obviously, it is on Wednesday. So, are you excited first?
There'll be a preview on Tuesday, probably.
All right. So, yeah, I'll be able to do that. So, thankfully. So, lads, are you excited for it?
Yeah, of course, mate. Of course. First final under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, fair enough. Velvishran, I mean, look, this is funny because, look, it's funny how, like, he's saying where we are in the table. We're second in the table. Yeah, you're fourth. Doesn't matter if you bet us, right? It doesn't matter. Look, you can beat us all you want. But
exactly. What he's done, all he's just done there is he's put our 2 positions in the table. That's all he's done there.
Simple,
it's just
simple as that. Yeah, congrats.
That's great from you, Velvishran. That's a brilliant comment. I love that.
Box saying we need to wrap Matic in cotton wool. Yeah, because Ollie's playing him in the Europa League final. I can guarantee not.
Yeah, no, 100% not.
Got more chance of me managing England.
Yeah. Anyway, so would you say that you are confident on beating Unai Emery in this final? Are you confident, or do you think you have a slight bit of worries going into this game? Let's start with Ciaran.
I mean, I've said it before. I think on paper we should win this game, and we probably on paper with especially the forward players we've got, we should win it comfortably. But in finals that never works that way. And Unai Emery's a Europa League specialist. He won it like 3 times in a row. Was it 3 times in a row with Sevilla? I think
he did.
But yeah, he's got proper pedigree in these sort of games. And even though a lot of people don't rate him as a manager, the one thing he can do is win Europa League titles or Europa League finals. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again, or at least makes it very difficult for us. I think, to be fair, looking at his Sevilla team, I think the Sevilla teams are better than the team he's got now with Villarreal. So I think if he was to win it with this Villarreal team, I think it'd be a bigger achievement than winning it with the Sevilla team he had. But at the same time, I just think, even though Oli has never been to a final, this is his first final as Man United manager, that could play a part, but I still think that we'll have too much going forward, especially with Cavani. If Cavani's on the sort of form that he was against Roma, we can have our feet up. We don't need to worry, because when he's in that sort of form, it's going to be a long day for Villarreal or any team that plays us. So, at the end of the day, it's about if we take our chances, and if we do that, then it'll be comfortable. But I think, Unai Emery will definitely have a plan. He outsmarted Arteta. You can obviously make exactly. I was going to say you can make you can make your own judgment as how difficult that is. No. But yeah. Listen. As I said, I think we'll probably just about make it. But I think with Unai Emery in charge of the opposition, he's got a pedigree. You never know.
Yeah, 100%. Matthew, are you confident in this game, or do you have some slight doubts about this game?
I'm still majority confident, but Paul Heckingbottom could win the Europa League with Sevilla. He's not a Europa League specialist. Sevilla are. And fucking will easily. I think we'll win it 2-0.
Okay, fair enough. And Kenny?
Well, to be honest, I'm shitting myself, mate. I know. He had started smart. I know. You have a better chance. You have a better chance of outsmarting him. You have a really easy chance to outsmart Mikel Arteta. You have a harder chance outsmarting bloody Ryan Lowe, who's one of the worst managers I've ever seen. I am really nervous. I'm confident.
Who's Ryan Lowe?
My manager. So he's been removed until further apology is made in private chat.
I mean, look, I think it's going to be a very confident, very good game for us. I do think we do have to be confident in our players. We do have to have that belief, especially in our attackers and especially our defenders. I mean, you look at when we played Roma in the second leg. I mean, if it wasn't for David De Gea, that game would have gone any other way. You know what I mean? So we do have to give him a bit of credit. I'll keep Kenny because, like I said, he's gonna stay here for now. Do not kick him now, okay? This is just be a good boy. But
I mean, Kenny, you're literally the worst fan of your club. But my turn to talk. Okay. You'll win 1-0.
Okay.
1-0. Mason Greenwood scores in the 95th minute. And then I will become unbearable to a lot of fans.
Yeah, fine. I guess that's fair enough. So we're going to talk about transfers. Obviously, we love the transfers, especially on this show. To be fair, so we're going to start.
We have an entire show dedicated to it, dickhead.
I know, yeah, but this is better because this is on the United show. So we're going to start. We're going to start off with Jadon Sancho, right? So roughly. Right,
this one has come back out of his cave again. I see.
Anyway, so let me see. Right, okay. So we're gonna start with Jadon Sancho, right? Is he your number one? Look, he's our number one target, right, Matthew? But is he your number one target? Right, we're gonna start off with Ciaran. Is he your number one target for this summer?
I think we should be looking at other targets, to be honest. But he's up there. But I don't think he would be my number one target. I seriously don't think he should be. I don't listen.
Kenny, not on this show. Or I swear to God, I will.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh my
Kick him out.
I see where he's coming from.
No. For me, Sancho has to be your number one, followed very closely by Sven Botman, and then very, very closely by Declan Rice. You're Manchester United. You should be able to go get all three. Like you should.
Yeah.
And I mean, I suppose with Ed Woodward not doing the negotiating, you might actually have a chance now.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Didn't think of that one, did you?
Is Sancho your number one target? Kenny? Oh, dear.
Well, I think Jadon Sancho. I think we basically secured him anyway, but yeah, he would be my number one target, and because we haven't got any right wingers, we haven't got any out and out right wingers. So what we're gonna do at right wing? Mason Greenwood is in the right winger, Dan James is the left winger, and he's not good anyway. Amad Diallo, he's like 2 games. I'd rather play Luke Jeffcott.
Yeah, this is all Plymouth player.
I hope he does realise Luke Jepcott is number 9, so having him on the right is going to be worse than Dan James.
I said I'd rather play him at right wing than Dan James and Amadeo. I'm not Amadeo, but he's good. He just had
the disrespect he has towards some of your players is horrific. I mean, I agree with you. Dan James is shit, but crikey.
But yeah, Jadon Sancho.
Play him against a low block. Play him against a low block and watch him do a madness. Yeah, he didn't.
Imagine Sancho, Rashford, and Cavani, Greenwood, and Martial as a 3. That would be.
Oh God, no! Martial is a backup to Rashford on the left. Please stop saying that. No, as someone who watches football and understands football just a little bit more than you, please stop insulting my intelligence and continue to refer to Martial as a number 9. It is the most horrific piece of shit I've ever heard in my life.
It's
horrific.
Intelligence by saying a little bit.
No, he's not even a little bit a number 9.
No,
he's like 100% a left winger.
No, I didn't. I wasn't arguing about Martial. I said because you said a little bit smarter than Kenny.
Well, no, that is true. He is smarter than Kenny. But no, Martial is a left winger, not a striker. Please stop saying he is a striker.
Anyway, so just a question: who is your number 1 target for this summer? Ciaran, we'll start with you. Who's your number 1?
For me, I think someone that would completely revolutionise the way we play football would be a CDM, and that's why I'd probably go with someone like Declan Rice. I say he'd probably be, because I actually think that we create. Well, I think there's in some games we don't create enough chances, but I'd say in most games we create enough chances. I think we've got the forward players to have a good crack at the league. I think potentially we don't need to add someone like Sancho, but apart from that, you look at our players. They're quite young. They've still got a long way to develop, and they're pretty good already. So I think if we were to add Sancho in there, I think it'd be very close to being complete. Obviously, if Harry Kane wants to come as well, that would be fantastic. But obviously that's going to be a bit of money. But I just think if you bring in someone like Declan Rice, it means that the McTominay and Fred partnership that everyone loves to hate will be no more, because there'll be no need for it. So I think that'll completely change the way we we play football.
Ollie will play a triple pivot next season.
You'll find a way.
Fucking hell. All right, Matthew, who's your number 1 target for the summer?
To be honest, I'd sacrifice next season just to get Jack Grealish and Declan Rice to annoy you.
All right, where's the kick button? All right, adios amigo. Out you go. Here, thanks a mil. Okay, now speak sense, will you, Matthew? Right? Okay, this is not the Liverpool show, right? This is not the Liverpool show where you talk absolute bullshit and try and get away with it. This is not the show, okay? If you want, Niall can definitely give you a place on it. It can definitely work out. This is the United show. Who is your number 1 target for this summer?
Sancho.
Okay, James. Okay, and Kenny, who is your number 1?
Well, realistically, Jadon Sancho.
There you go. He's giving his hand to move on.
Okay.
If you're speaking unrealistically, then maybe
he's got
someone else. But
maybe someone else.
Yeah, after.
Yeah.
Maybe. Good thing you're not on the scouting team.
RJ, I've got 3 top targets. They're all the number one. If I'm a director of Football United, I'm just opening the checkbook and buying them. It just makes it easier instead of buying them one at a time. Just go get all 3. I'm stealing the Glazers' bank card. I'm transferring all the money they've stolen back to United, opening up the checkbook, give 80 million to West Ham, give 80 million to Dortmund, and then I'm going to give 40 million or 30 million to Lille, and I'm taking Botman, and I'm taking Sancho, and I'm taking Declan Rice, and if you're lucky, I might even buy you a backup left winger after I've sold Martial.
Fair enough. I guess there's nothing much you can really say about that.
Also, I might actually sell both your goalkeepers and then go buy you Old Black. That makes sense for me.
Okay, moving swiftly on.
So you hold up. You seem a bit confused why I'll sell both your keepers to go buy you Old Black.
I mean, Oblak is older than De Gea, I swear.
Yeah, but Old Black is also the best goalkeeper in the world.
Oh, he isn't.
Literally in the world.
Henderson could be the best goalkeeper in the world in a few years.
I'll put him on a 2-year loan.
Give him a chance.
I'll be giving Dean Henderson a 2-year loan at Dortmund as part of the deal for Sancho.
Oh, dear Christ.
Got it all figured out.
Hold up. Why wouldn't that work? Dean Henderson gets his game time at a club that isn't as high pressurised as the number one spot at Manchester United. I get 5 or 10 million chucked off the Sancho deal, which saves me money in the end run. So why doesn't that work? And then I go get John Oldblack. I think that's his first name. I go get Old Black to go get. I go get Old Black to go get you a Champions League, Premier League title, FA Cup, and all this madness for the next 2-3 years. And part of getting Old Black, I'm giving them De Gea and paying like 40 million. Jobs are good.
To be fair,
United,
he did play for Atletico, didn't he?
He did. United, if you'd like my services and you actually want to win shit, my email is at letstalkpremierleague@outlook.com.
All right. I mean, I don't know where to go from this. Let's do the final topic before we move on to the quiz. All right. We're gonna talk about Mr. Pogba himself and his fat agent Raiola. Okay.
Hold on. What about Ollie? We have Ollie time at the end, don't we?
We will. Don't worry. Ollie, there's always Ollie time. Do you mean just like Fergie time? Do you mean simple as it? Right. Oh, stop your crying. Anyway. So Ciaran, yes, Pogba. You know, there's a lot of rumors like he's leaving the club. Do you personally want him to leave the club? And how would you feel if he actually left the club? Would you say that there's a piece missing at United, or do you think we'll just move forward?
I mean, I've already said that Pogba's a unique player. Like, I think if he left, even though he can be up and down, I don't think there'd be a player out there we could just bring in that would kind of be the exact same as him. Like, if that makes sense, like play the exact same way. I think it's difficult because this season, especially, you know, after he came back from his injury at the start of the season, he was one of our best players. You know, he was winning matches for us. You know, he scored against Burnley, scored against Fulham. You know, those were match-winning goals. And you know, he did have a very good kind of stretch of form. But recently, he hasn't really been performing that well. He hasn't really been producing. I still think he should start that Europa League Final. Because when he's on the pitch, you know, things can happen. And it's kind of the same thing when you've got someone like a Bruno Fernandes, where even if they're not on the best form, they can still pull out a magic moment that, you know, maybe gets you a goal or whatever. So in that respect, I think if Pogba left, and it's difficult because it's such a fluid situation with Pogba, because when he's on a good run of form, we're thinking, oh, we've got to keep him. Like, as under no circumstances should we let him leave, and then stuff like that. And then you hear all these stories about him wanting to leave and about his agent and stuff, and you just think it's just a big headache. If we let go of him, that whole thing will be relieved. So it's kind of a fluid situation. But I think as of right now, I think if we were able to get a decent amount of money for him, I'd be happy to see him leave, because, you know, we'd then be able to reinvest that, bring in someone we needed. And I also think if he doesn't want to be here, then I don't want him here, because the last thing you want is a player, you know, taking 300 grand a week who doesn't actually want to play for your football club. So it's all about what he wants to do. If he's really committed to staying at the club and kind of, you know, trying to play to the best of his ability and take the club forward, then I'm happy to keep him. But if there's even just little doubts in his mind about the future and wanting to go somewhere else, then I'd much rather let him go and let him go to Madrid or wherever he wants to go to. So I think it's all about what's in his mind really. And I think he said recently that he wants to improve and he wants to he's always kind of happy at Man United, but obviously we've heard the comments in the past and stuff. So no one really knows what he's thinking. But I think it depends on that really. If he wants to stay, then I'm happy for him to stay. But if he's got kind of an inkling about going to Madrid or anywhere else, then if he's not 100% invested in Manchester United, then there's no point in having him. So that's what I'd say.
That's a very good answer. I mean, that's probably the best answer we've got all night, to be fair. So well done, Ciaran.
Thank you very much.
But Matthew, if Pogba had to go, would you be happy about it? Happy, sad? What would you be like? And what should we do?
I wouldn't be happy about it, but he's not irreplaceable, so we can move forward without him. But I'd rather move forward with him because he is top 5 player in position in the world, in my opinion. So I think it'd be just we have a better chance of winning things with the captain. But yeah, I don't think he'll leave. I don't think he'll leave anyway. So.
Yeah,
if he does, I'm bothered, but he's not irreplaceable. Not like Bruno.
Yeah, that's fair. That's right. And Kenny, I know you're fucking asses Pogba's class. What if Pogba had to leave? What would you change it to next?
If Pogba left, then
anytime today.
If Pogba left, then we would be in big trouble. Think about if we didn't replace him with a good player. If we replace him with a good player, and a very good player, that could name one.
I thought you said name one.
Go on.
Name me a left-sided central midfielder that plays as good as Paul Pogba. Because might I also remind you, he's basically been played out of position all season this year. So, when he's played in his position, left side of that central midfield with a competent DM next to him, there is absolutely nobody better than Paul Pogba. The way he can pick out those passes and they're perfectly weighted, the way that he can open up defenses by just one pass over the defense towards a striker that knows where it wants to be. When you've got the movement like a Cavani, Pogba is crucial to your team. Pogba, for me, doesn't want to go. He just wants to see ambition at Manchester United. Paul Pogba wants to win, right? Paul Pogba is a winner, right? He is one of the greatest midfielders there are in the world at the moment. He just wants to win. He wants. We spoke about it in Transfer Talk today, where basically Pogba's put pressure on the board to go get you Sancho, because he knows that you need serious investment into a squad. And even if you get Sancho and you get a Botman and you get a Bryce or whoever you get as DM, it's still not going to be enough, because if you get an injury to any of them players, guess what? Your backup is again what you've got this season. So, look, you can't lose Pogba. You have to sign him down and show him investment. You've got Bruno, you've got Pogba. Get them a DM. Get them an Ndidi. Get them a Rice, an Ndidi. A DM that can hold for them. Because then you've got the most dangerous central midfield partnership in the league. A Pogba-Bruno partnership. No other team has that. Yeah, you've got Gundogan and KDB, but that isn't going to be a Pogba-Bruno relationship, is it? They would feed off each other so well. And it would be less reliant on Pogba to have a good game or Bruno to have a game, because one of them is guaranteed to have a good game, even if the other isn't. Mm-hmm. And then you've got a Greenwood up top or a Cavani up top with a Sancho on the right, a Rashford on the left. If you invest into this squad now, you can go win shit. If you don't, guess what? You're going to be looking back in 10 years' time going, we only needed 3 players. We only needed to do this. Mm-hmm. And you're just going to be looking back and regretting. Sign Pogba down to a new 3-year deal. Chuck him a bit of money. Tell him you got Bruno. Tell him you're getting Sancho. Tell him you're getting him a DM that's better than McTominay and fucking Fred. and he'll want to stay. Because name me another team. You're going through your rebuild, right? You've gone through this rebuild with Ollie, right? You're at the end of this rebuild. At the end of this rebuild, you now need players, right? You're at the end of this rebuild. 3 more players, you start challenging for shit. You start winning FA Cups. You start winning the league, right? So you're not far off this rebuild. Liverpool are about to head into another rebuild. A lot of their players are getting older. You look at the Van Dijks, the Fabinho. You've got Salah. You've got Mane. They're getting old. So Liverpool are out to go for a rebuild themselves, right? City are. Then City have done it the right way, which is they're rebuilding whilst winning. So they're actually fine, believe it or not. Every other team around you, apart from possibly Chelsea, are rebuilding. Yeah. Especially around the world. You look at Barcelona and Real Madrid. Madrid is about to do a fat ass rebuild because half their players are old. Varane's going. Ramos is old. Modric is getting old. Toni Kroos is getting old. Real Madrid are having to do a rebuild, right? Yeah. Barcelona are going to have to do a rebuild. Every other team around Europe is rebuilding at the moment. You're near the end of it. You need to take this actually by the scruff of the neck, invest into your squad, and go win shit. This is a great time for you lot. Europe has never been weaker. Europe is very weak right now. It's a very weak continent in terms of football. You think back to the golden days where Fergie was winning that Champions League in Moscow. Europe was a force then. That was a really tough Europe. You had obviously Pep Barca and all this. Europe is playing some really shit football at the moment. United need to take advantage of it. You've done the hard couple of years or 3 years, right, with Ollie. You've done the hard bit. So now just invest in those 3 players. Don't worry too much about the money for one season. And just go out and do what you need to do, which is go win shit. 3 players, you win a title. That's all you need.
All right, we're going to quickly finish things up because Niall does have to go at 11 and we do have to. We'll probably quick things up. So we're going strictly to Ole time. So, Ciaran, out of 10, how would you rate Ole's performance this week as a manager?
Probably about a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing special. 6 or a 7.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Matthew, Ole this week.
5.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Kenny.
4, 5, 6, around that area.
Also, look behind you. There's someone behind you. I'm messing. Niall, Ole time. What number out of 10?
Oh, probably a 4. He's had a shocking week. It's not been great for the lad.
And I'll probably go for a 7. I think he's done well without Maguire. I think a draw against Fulham it's not the worst, but it's not the best. So we're gonna move on. Finally, this is the quiz now. So Niall, if you don't mind, you can take it away.
Yeah, sorry. I was just doing something. And FYI, before you lot start crying, I made the Liverpool lot ridiculously difficult, and I've done the same for you. They dropped 2 points, by the way. And this is, trust me, you are. I
swear. Wait, Ciaran, what age are you? Just so we know, right? Just so we know.
I'm 20 years young.
Okay, that's what I like to hear, right? So anything under 2001 is a rip-off now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I can bet you the first picture is like fucking 1994 or some shit like that.
I'm gonna turn my camera off because I'm not gonna be able to keep a straight face.
Oh no.
Please.
So,
Kenny, what age are you again?
Are you all ready?
He's gonna do a picture of Shakespeare.
No. It's a picture of like Sir Bobby Charlton back in the fucking day, like.
Alright, here is picture number 1.
Oh, you got fucking kidding me! Oh my god! All right, okay. So we know who the team is. This is definitely Newcastle. This is Eric Cantona. I mean, the kit is fucking really unrecognizable, if I'm really honest, because fucking the angle is fucking unbelievable. Thanks, Niall, as well. Like, Jesus,
do we even know if this is a cup game or a league game?
I think this is the league. I think this is, if I'm correctly, because I remember Sky Sports made like a at box office for Air Cantona. If I'm correct, I think this is the 96 kit, right?
All right.
I think this is his winning goal that he scored against Newcastle. But this is a joke. Like this is literally 1996. Like, come on, Niall.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, Box
What
is right.
score are we going?
Look at. I'm going 1-0. I think this was the goal that he scored just to win the game. Like,
Oh no, I've seen one on the highlights where like the ball comes over and
it's
side,
a volley, yeah.
It's on the volley. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what year, but I'll go with that. I'm happy to go
I say
with
96. I think because I think Kit was very, very similar to it. But like I said, this is a rip off because literally I'm fucking 2003, man. This is 7 years older than me, man.
So
Right,
what are
okay,
you?
so
What
Niall,
are you?
right,
what are
Niall.
you going
So the coward that you are, right? We're going 1-0 United, right? Just to clarify, 1-0 United. We're going Premier League, and we're going. Wait, what do we need?
1996,
Year 1966, yeah, 1996, yeah.
Right, 1996. You're saying, yeah.
1996, yeah, 96, yeah.
So, picture number 2 is this one.
Okay, you could fuck off with this. Fuck off. Nah, like legit. I mean,
What the fuck?
I mean,
Oh, thanks,
this,
thanks, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny.
I mean, this is fucking horrendous, bro. Oh my goodness. I mean, if I'm gonna have to base, this is definitely Arsenal, right? We can definitely know this is Arsenal.
Yeah.
The kit, if I'm, look, I'm guessing at this rate for the kit. I think this is the season afterwards, but this is like, that's. Oh, it is. Yeah, Bucks is actually correct. Actually, Beckham is.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think this is the season after, so this is gonna be 97, right? And I think Hey Sheringham was playing this game if I'm not wrong, because he definitely was striker at that time. Well, I think I think one of the games was
10 seconds.
I think it was 3-2 to score, genuinely.
Oh, okay, 3-2.
I remember, like I said, fucking Sky Sports put up way too much shit at this rate, but yeah, I think 3-2, 1997, and we're going Premier League.
Okay.
I hate you guys already. Like, this is a joke, bro. This way, we might as well bring in like the 65-year-old saying, like, oh, do you remember like Sir Bobby Charlton? Yeah, go on.
It's okay. So, picture number 3 is this one.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, this is Celta Vigo. This is
1-0.
1-0, yeah.
It was Rashford's free kick. 27.
It was, yeah. So this was 2017 Europa League 1-0.
Yeah. So that's a fair one.
And picture number 4 is this one.
For God's sake.
Oh, fuck off, man. Actually, wait. Hold up. This is definitely. I know what the kid is. This is definitely 2005, right? Because of Scorsese and the fucking center, right? And if I'm correct, Niall, I think this is what you did because looking by the badge, right? I know it's old, but FIFA this tells me a lot. Is that Exeter? If this is Exeter, nah, come on, tell me, Niall, come on. This photo is bullshit in general, but I think if I'm correct, this has to be Exeter, right? And so 2005 Exeter, and I believe, and I don't think Exeter were never in the Premier League, so I'm guessing this is FA Cup. So that's my prediction.
The Premier League.
It's not the Premier League. There's no, because like I remember Arsenal had the same bluff. They had the Premier League badge, but it was against Newcastle in the FA Cup. So I'm definitely telling you this, lads. Exeter have never been in the Premier League or the top championship ever. So definitely. I remember there was a goalless score, but I don't think this was the one. I think this was the one where we went away and we bet them 2-0. But I think Niall tried to get one over on the Exeter fans, to be fair. So I'm going that one.
Oh, yeah. That's good logic.
If I'm wrong, then fuck it, I'm wrong. But simple.
So what are you going for?
Special.
So we're going 2-0 United. We are going FA Cup, and we're going 2005.
Okay. Your last one is this one.
Okay, fuck off. I know this. You're actually a dickhead.
Fuck's sake.
Sheffield United.
Boycott it.
No. This is right. So this is 2-1. This is 2-1, right? 2-1. Premier League 2021. Let's just move on. Sheffield United. Fuck off.
Alright, cool.
Fuck off.
And
The
what was the
referees literally said
competition?
we should have won 2-1.
And what was the competition?
It was Premier
Premier
League.
League.
And what year?
Costs the title.
2021.
Oh dear.
VAR.
I think I remember that game.
Yeah, I don't. Sadly, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't.
You moan when the pictures are too old. You moan when the pictures are this year. Can't win with you.
Yeah, but how about you actually give us some good photos? How about that? Like, is that
I did.
possible?
They were bloody very good photos.
No, the first two were fucking bullshit. But like, if I got them right, I'm fucking happy. So,
On the first one, I heard him laugh, so I think my first one's wrong. So I heard him like flicker a bit.
The third one was.
Wait, what do you mean third one? What do you mean third one?
The third one.
That's the only one we got wrong.
Rashford won. I put Celta Vigo nil. Rashford won. In the Europa League in 2017.
Rashford FC. Let's go.
The fifth one was United 1, Sheffield United 2 in the Premier League in 2021.
Thanks for bringing up our memories. Like, cheers on that.
The first one was 0, Manchester United 1 in the Premier League in 1996.
Let's go! Come on, Pantera!
The second one,
King Eric, boys, King Eric. I'm telling
was
you.
Arsenal 3, United 2 in the Premier League in 1997. The fourth one was Exeter 0, Manchester United 2 in the FA Cup in 2005. So because of this, I'm going to be making your quiz next week even harder than that.
God.
So congratulations. Now I'll be looking towards the 80s.
This way, like I might as well just fucking, I might as well upgrade my fucking Sky Sports premium plan so I can watch.
You might want to.
Oh man.
Anyway,
actually what's Premier League years.
Anyway, so I've got to run. So I'm going to let RJ close the show. But thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. But I'll catch you boys in a bit. Cheers. Bye.
See you in a bit, mate.
Alright. So boys, we got them all right. It just shows you that we're more superior than Liverpool.
Getting 2 points on them.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, man. Look, the thing is, Sky Sports this year, you know, they're great as shit as they are, right? They come in and clutch up sometimes. You know what I mean? Simple as that, my guy.
What
but
did
yeah, guys.
Arsenal get?
We don't know, but they're relevant anyway, so we don't care about them. Only messing now, don't worry. Chelsea are alright. They have Andrew, so Andrew's a legend. Alright, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Ciaran, where can they find you?
They can find me on Red Dead Weekly on YouTube and on Twitter as well.
Let's go. Kenny, where can they find you? Except for Velvet Sharon's arms. Alright, Kenny's been taken by Pennywise, alright. Matthew, where can they find you?
Just MSE6921 on Twitter.
I'm here. Lads, I'm being taken away.
Okay, Beltron, can you be nice on him, please? Like, legit. Anyway, you can find Kenny. You can help Kenny by following him on PubWiz Class on Twitter and subscribe to his channel Kenny TV on YouTube. You can also follow me on Robotic Jagger pretty much on every social. To be fair, I'm always going to be here now over the summer, so that'll be a bit of fun. We just hit 10k subs on YouTube, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, let's go, boys. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Screw the Scousers, all right, and yeah, that's been me, and I will see you soon.